All right, how the hell we doing? It's the Gas Souls Podcast. Welcome back, episode 32 for January. Well, we're recording the 12th. It'll be out the 13th of January, 2021. Travis, how we doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, how was your week?
It was good. Well, I'm a little disappointed. I'm not a Coke Series driver. I don't
Oh
know if you
man, they
saw.
didn't give you the call?
Did you see the video?
Nah.
So Parker Kligerman did a little Tinder swipe thing for his drivers, and I was one of the unfortunate ones who got the swipe left. Is that the way you go when you don't like them?
Yeah.
Either way, yeah. There's a big red X over me, but
Damn.
maybe next year I can get the job done out there. I just want to thank all the guys back at the shop. Dude, have you heard, like, there's big money being tossed around in this shit this year?
Yeah, well, I mean, I would assume so. It gets bigger and bigger every year. I don't know what they're looking at now, but
So the rumor was 6-figure contracts, which is a load of shit. That didn't happen. But there are 5-figure ones, which is insane. Like, there's going to be people doing this for a living.
yeah, it is pretty crazy.
And if you think just, 2, 3, 4 years ago, we never would have thought. Because what? They were racing, the champion got 10 grand, which is a lot of money, but, like,
Yeah,
at the end of the day, that's not life-changing money. You know what I mean?
yeah, fucking poor Ray Alfalo won like 4 of them bastards way back when before they didn't pay out too terribly much. Now it's like, dude, I mean, just even being in the series, I mean, you're eating pretty good, I would imagine.
Yeah, so damn, man, if Ray could go on a tear like he went back in the day, he could potentially become a millionaire doing this shit, which is crazy. Which I don't know, like, I don't know how much the teams take now, because with all the the teams are more like sponsorships, but whatever they decide you on, it's a really what's the word?
Complex?
Complicated. There we go. Complex, complicated, whatever you want to say, situation. But it looks pretty cool. This season's supposed to be pretty big. I think it's like $300,000 in the purse. And like I said, 5-figure contracts and stuff. So these guys are going to be eating good. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them, but that's okay. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah,
but,
you're good next
now,
year.
Think about Road to Pro now, because every fucking jackass on iRace is going to think they could be a pro.
Yeah, me included.
Yeah. Well, we've got a group of them going for it, which, I mean, I don't know. It should go well, but
Is that what eMoonsport is? I'll be honest, it's been out for a while now. I don't know what the fuck it is or what it's about.
It's everything. So, like, it started as a joke, really, and then we were like, okay, we could actually make this somewhat legit. So, yeah, we're going to be a Road to Pro team. Obviously, I'm not racing. It's more of Gary's using the name. But we've got a group of people together. We've got some setup builders. So we got Gary, potentially Preet, if he ever decides not to work, which it looks like he likes to work every day, an hour of the world. Yeah. But Gary, we got Presley Sora. We got a few others. We got James Gibson helping us with setups. He did some stuff for SPG last year, and they won some races with like Max Brady and those guys. So hopefully they can put together a nice run and at least be in contention for some of the races. But I don't know anything about it. That's why I'm letting them kind of handle that. It's just kind of the name. I just kind of stream with the stuff and promote like the social media side of it and be funny on there.
Yeah, I gotcha. I'm excited for this upcoming Road to Pro thing, because I think I'm finally gonna give it a shot. I'm just fucking terrified though. I don't. I need to get good. I really want to. I was so close the other couple of nights to buying those V3 pedals, but I haven't done it yet. I'm waiting for a paycheck or two, and I'm gonna get those things and see if it'll make me any better. But now's the time, man. Now's the time to get into it. I wish I would have done it a little bit earlier, but I'm excited, man. I hope I can at least get to the Pro Series. I'd like to just like get my, step in, be there for a minute, say I did it, and then cash. I don't think I'm good enough for the Premier Series, Coke Series. Those guys are really fucking good. I'd like to think maybe I could get there if I got coached up a little bit, but
broadcasting the Pro Series this year, it almost looked like this year's Pro Series was tougher than like last year's Coke Series. Like all the way first through whatever it was, 39th most races, because one guy quit showing up. First through 39th, I mean, they were right on top of each other. You know what I mean? Like usually in an iRace, whoever's running 35th is just dog shit, but that wasn't the case. Like given the right opportunity, like some pit strategy, if they were up front, they could have done just as good. They just didn't have enough speed to pass people. So I don't know, man. This year's going to be crazy. I think it's only going to get tougher and tougher, especially with the way it is. You can't pass on iRacing anymore.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm
yeah,
most worried
it's gonna
about.
be
I
tough.
get doing that shit. I'm probably gonna end up hating it because of how awful the oval stuff is. Like that was one of the Rotopro or not the Pro Series races was at Fontana, and I was watching that shit. It looked awful. There's a
Oh yeah.
one groove. It's all the way around the bottom, and you can't really do worth the shit. Fucking awful.
Dover looked like one of those go-kart races where the only way somebody got past was when they got shuffled up out of the line, and then everybody who was nose to tail behind them
Yeah.
followed them through. Yeah, it was terrible. It was like they were racing on train tracks or something. Looked like a slot car race out there. It was awful.
Fucking gross. Anyways, well, Rod Car came back this week. How about that
well.
shit? well for me. I know you had a worse time, but we were both up there at the end. It didn't fucking work out for both of us.
Yeah, it never does.
Hey,
It's a
but
shame.
hey, at least it looks like it's coming back for week number 2, so that's exciting.
Yeah, I don't know. Rod hit me up. Apparently, he's making some changes with the roster, trying to get rid of some of the people. I don't know. I may show up. I may not.
It's iRacing Super Speedway, I think.
Yeah, to me, like, used to Rod Car, like, suffering through all that stuff was worth it. But, like, now when I could just go host a moon car race, it's not really worth it to me. So if I'm not having fun, I'm just not going to show up. It looks like he's getting rid of a lot of the people, but I don't know. There's still some people out there I don't really care to race with. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm glad you won. That was good. I was kind of rooting for Dugan because he's never won a rod car race, and he was up there.
He hasn't. I thought he won one. He
No,
won
he's
something,
never won one.
and I don't remember what it was.
Or not that I'm aware of. He may have won one that I wasn't there for, but I don't ever remember him winning. He's come close quite a few times. Oh hell, I've got an important phone call. So you talk about your red car race.
Okay. Well, anyways, what's up, everybody? How we doing? Yeah, so Rod Car was fun. I appreciate everybody who came out to that. Again, it's not quite what it used to be, but I still had a good time. We still ended up getting up there and winning the damn thing. That was pretty cool. I feel like I've really got to the bottom of play racing, man. I'm excited for some upcoming stuff. Although, it was a shit show, and it is Rod Car, but, man, I'm feeling about as confident as I ever have on the plate stuff. So I signed up for the Podium 500 coming up. I don't know if I'll be able to do anything in that. What else am I signed up for? The FTF shit. They got 2 500s going on, I think, with the Xfinity and the Cup stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, man, the next 2 weeks are going to be fucking jam-packed, man. I think the podium qualifying stuff is this Friday night, which I don't know how that's going to work with Rod Car. So.
Oh, is it? I didn't even know about it.
I think, honestly, I really don't know. There's so much fucking horse shit scheduled for the next, couple of weeks. We still got to get squared away for the 24. I did some practicing with Gary and whoever else was there the other night. We got a pretty decent setup so far. The car's not too terribly hard to drive, but it's a little bouncy. But you have to get some laps in. And we also got to finalize the roster because we've got 7 or 8 people already. And I don't know who else thinks they're on the team. But
I may relinquish my spot if it comes to that point.
Yeah, that's we'll figure it out one way or another. But we do got to get on that because every day, man, it gets a little bit more close to the 24. And I want to make sure, I want to win. I want to fucking win because we should have won last year, but we didn't. And I want to win this year because we've done this now for a couple of years. We got to fucking win. We got to get our shit together. But it's it always rolls around this time of year, and everybody's like, I always try hey guys, who wants to race? Yeah, I'll probably be there. And nobody ever just figures it out. And then we try to practice and nobody shows up. And I don't know. It's everybody stops giving a shit until it rolls up 36 hours away. And everybody's like, oh, hey, you guys want to practice? What the fuck?
Yeah.
But,
well, yeah, I get that. I don't know. I want to race it, but I don't want to really, I don't know. If there's people who could do better than me, I'd rather just watch y'all win. You know what I mean? Because I don't care if I win the Daytona 24 and 18th split or whatever we'll be in.
You don't care?
I care. It would be cool, but I know that there's people who could go out there and do a lot better than me. You know what I mean? And I'd rather so I don't know if I could find time to practice, I could commit. Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't want to commit and sit here and practice and practice and practice. You know what I mean? When somebody else could just be doing that and do better. You know what I mean?
I guess I don't know who else is gonna go is gonna go better, but uh, I mean, I guess I don't know. I want to square that fucking shit away because I'm tired of dicking around. Because it's I got like 15 other fucking things I got to do this month, trying to get shit sorted out with races in between here. Yeah. Anyways, all right. So I got to talk. So I did Rod Car and I did the fake 500 after that. Once again, appreciate everybody who came out to that. It was probably the biggest Twitch stream I think I've ever done yet. It was good 4 hour meaty fucking Twitch stream, and I mean we had like about 250 the entire fucking night, and I really appreciate everybody who came out. And it was one of those events where it was a lot different than what we usually do. It was open set, and it was the Indy 500 in January. I had the Lotus 79 cars. It was fucking cool as shit. I now realize I was on the hand-me-down setup from the first year of it, and the crossweight of that setup was fucking 33%. And for those of you who don't know what the fucking crossweight is, I don't really understand what it is either, but usually a balanced car is going to be right there about 50%. And then, you go either way, the further down you go, the looser you are, the further up you go, the tighter you are. Usually it's kind of like a balance thing. You can still be loose with a higher crossweight, but so we were at 33%. And I was drifting basically the entire race. I don't know how the fuck I made it 200 laps, but I fucking did it. I still finished 5th. I was so pissed, man. I overfilled the car the last stop, and we had like a 20 lap run, and I just had too much fuel in it, and I was so fucking tight. I ran 5th basically the entire last run, and I was right there in the lead pack. I was just too tight to do anything, and I really wanted to finish top 3 because the top 3 got some like butt kicker prizes, and I didn't. I was 2 spots away from getting one. I think I don't even know if I would have used it, but I like to win prizes, and I just barely missed out.
Damn.
Yeah.
I saw Seth one.
Yeah, Seth was on the current setup, the next gen setup. He's telling me a little bit about it, and he had a fast fucking car. I'd tell you that. He got to the lead, and nobody could really pass him there the last little run. Again, he had a lot less fuel in it as well, which I don't know why the fuck the setup was so fucking sketchy. I had so much fuel in it anyways. Just to try not to eat shit, and then I was just plowing. This setup was such a fucking mess. It was incredible, but I don't know. That's a fun part about it. I can't remember the last time I did an open setup race, like an actual like race where we tweaked on the setup and shit like that. But I had a fucking blast. Hopefully you do it next year and we can fit you in there. That was fun as shit.
Yeah, I went back and watched the last little run there. After that last caution, and it looked like a lot of fun. Looked kind of frustrating, but it looked like a lot of fun too.
Yeah, it would have been a lot more fun if I would have had a better handle and setup, but that's just how it went. But no, it was. I thought the cars would be too easy to drive. I was completely wrong. They took weather and shit from old Indy 500s for all the practice and qualifying days and stuff like that, and so it was the fun part about it was they always like released the weather information like an hour before or so you never really knew what you were going into and just how the cars changed with the weather. Your setup could go from being the fastest to like mid pack, you know what I mean? So it was a big effect, and I don't know, it was really cool because doing like races, like special events and stuff like we've done from just all the horse shit from last year, it's just fixed setup. The weather doesn't matter. You're either fast or you're not. This, it's just, it's, as much effort as you want to put into it, the better you can be. Obviously it's not too challenging driving around Indianapolis, but when you're trying to like push the speed into it and start taking the downforce out of it and trying to get the mechanical grip, I just had that. It gave me the. It just gave me the fun vibes of the Indy 500, man. And it just even with the old cars, man, it was just fun as shit. Just trying to gradually get the fucking the downforce out of it and trying to find some mechanical grip, which 33 crossweight, didn't find a whole lot of it, but fuck, man, it was honestly some of the most fun I've had in the sim probably the last year or two. So shout out to everybody who made that happen. My buddy Eli, he paid my entry fee for the Indy Racing Images thing. We had a 4-car team, and I really appreciate him for getting me involved too. Again, he wanted me to do it last year, but there was so much shit going on, I didn't have time for it. But I'm so glad I did it this year, and I really appreciate him and all the Team IRI guys. I was the only one who finished, unfortunately, out of the 4 of us. They all had problems, but I appreciate them for working with me and sharing their info and all that stuff. So once again, Hope you guys enjoyed. There is a full replay of it up on YouTube now. It only took like 26 hours for it to process the HD, but it is finally live now. So if you want to watch the full like 3-hour VOD of it, it's on YouTube. I'm trying to get better. Getting that stuff. I went on a bad slump the last couple of months, just being a lazy piece of shit, and I stopped uploading the Twitch stuff to YouTube and just, I don't know, just being really lazy with it. So I'm gonna try. I started a new playlist on YouTube. I got an Iron Sting special events playlist, so it's got some of the previous stuff. It doesn't have all of it. I think it's missing the California Clash shit and something else, I think. But it's got the Heart of Drive and the Vargas stuff from earlier in the year, and another couple of Starcom stuff we did. So yeah, that was Saturday, and then Saturday night. You know what was Saturday night?
What was Saturday night?
It was Washington football team's first playoff game in like 6 years, 5 or 6 years.
Oh damn!
And they lost, but it was a pretty good game. I missed the first half with the fake 500. It ran really fucking. Dude, it started like 6, and it didn't end until like 9 or 9:30, somewhere around in there. But luckily, I got to watch the first half or the second half. The first half didn't sound so good, but I tell you what, man, Alex Smith couldn't play because apparently his leg stopped working, which I'm not too sure about that. But that's what I heard, something along the lines of that. So I hope he's all right. But yeah. So anyways, they cut Dwayne Haskins because of the whole like strip club bullshit after he lost. So now they're down. So Alex Smith didn't play. So then they brought in this guy. His name's Taylor Heineke. This was his second career NFL start, and it just happened to be a playoff game. He played with Carolina, which is where Ron Rivera coached last. So that's why they're basically just now in Washington. I don't know who the fuck he was. Nobody else really knew who the fuck he was, other than like college, I guess. But I don't really watch a lot of college ball. Besides him, they had that Steven Montez guy, I think is his name. He was the guy who was liking tweets about how Dwayne Haskins was trash. I thought he was going to suit up at some point. But yeah, so Heineke was balling the fuck out. I ain't going to lie. He was balling out. He had this fucking play, and I was watching on Sling TV. I switched to the Sling TV shit, and it's so fucking far behind streaming TV now, as opposed to like the satellite was far behind with the dish I had for years. I canceled that shit and I moved on to the Sling because it's cheaper. And holy fuck, is it far behind. But so I can't really like hop on Twitter when I'm watching something now important because of spoilers. But so Taylor Heineke made this fucking play, and it like Washington football team's offensive line's fucking awful.
How much is Sling?
It's like I think the base is like $45.
Oh, okay.
But now I'm
I was gonna say just go to YouTube TV because that shit, it's expensive. Not that much more expensive, but it's expensive. But I've found it's like right there with cable most of the time. Like I always hated watching stuff online, like especially like NASCAR, because I like to have Twitter open when I'm watching NASCAR.
Mm-hmm.
But then I would see like crash, and then like 2 minutes later I'd see the crash. But with YouTube TV, I don't have that problem. Ooh. I might be half a lap behind sometimes, but I'm not, 2-3 laps behind like you could be on some of this other stuff.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wrote that down. I'm gonna check that out then. I went with Sling TV because I got this new TV and it's got like its own built-in apps and shit. One of them Sling TV. So I was like, all right, and I was the only reason why I switched anyways is because I got this big fucking new TV. It's got great resolution and shit. And watching live stuff on Dish, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? It looks like 480p, you know what I mean? So yeah. I got the Sling, so it's just a little bit better. It's not too terribly much better, but it's definitely better quality. With that being said, yeah, it's so fucking far behind, dude. Jesus Christ. I can't have Discord open. I can't have like Twitter or anything. But yeah, I'm gonna check out that YouTube TV. I heard some people saying some good things about that.
I think it's worth the money because it's still cheaper than. I mean, every day it seems like it's getting more and more expensive, but right now it's still cheaper than the other shit.
Yeah.
Or cable, and it's right there. And you get a ton of channels. Like I get a lot of stuff I don't even watch on there. And then you can obviously upgrade and get like movie channels. And sometimes they give you shit for free.
Yeah. So I got the base package and then it didn't have everything I wanted. So I ended up getting 2 additional packages or whatever. So I think I pay like $65 for it now. And then, of course, they don't have CBS at all, so I have to go through – what do I have it on? I think I have it on Apple TV. There's like a CBS All Access or whatever package there. So I bought that so I could watch NFL football on CBS because one of the watching football. I think the last regular season game was on CBS or something like that. One of the games were, and I was pissed because I couldn't find it. It wasn't anywhere. Fucking, they have Nick Jr., but they don't have Nickelodeon. Like, what the fuck was that? I wanted to watch the Nickelodeon game, and so I was scrolling through. So I searched Nick. And it popped up Nick Jr. and it was like something Bubble somethings. And I was like, I don't want to watch Bubble, whatever the fuck this is. I want to watch a football game. And then I Googled it and it was like, yeah, they have Nick Jr. They don't have Nickelodeon though. Like, why the fuck not?
I didn't know that Nick Jr. was its own channel now. Back when my day, it was Nick Jr. was Nick Jr. in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning.
And then in the afternoon, it was Nick. And then at night, it was Nick at night. So
yeah, when they get their own shit.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I pay $65 a month for YouTube TV.
Yeah, okay. So that's probably, I mean, it's basically probably how it goes then. You probably get about the same shit for the same shit.
Yeah, but I know I get Nickelodeon because I watched that game.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's good. Then I might just switch this to watch some fucking Nickelodeon next time. How is the picture quality? Is it good?
Really good. Yeah, because I got that. Well, you've been to my house. We watched a race on it, I think.
Yeah, on it. Yeah. On that TV you got in there.
Yeah, it looks, I mean, yeah, it looks good to me.
Okay, yeah, I'll probably. You got better internet though, I think, right? What's your download speed?
1,000.
Yeah, mine's not 1,000.
Yeah,
but it's
I mean, mine's on wireless, so like I'm sure it's not getting 1,000, but still, yeah, I've got pretty good internet. But still, I mean, I'd imagine if you it looks fine to me. I don't know. I've never tried anything else, and I've never had cable here on that TV, so I don't really know like comparatively how it looks, but I do know that it looks really good to me because this TV's fucking massive.
All right. My last question: how the fuck do you like? How do you like? Does your TV have an app or something, or do you have like a plug-in thing, or like how's that work? Or do you just cast it?
My TV's got an app, but yeah, you could cast it. But my TV just comes with an app, and then it's pretty much just like watching cable. You have a guide and everything.
Yeah,
I prefer the app on the TV. I don't like casting it because casting it, you have to look at the guide on your phone, and sometimes it slows down a little bit and buffers more.
Oh,
but if you do it straight from the TV, it's fine.
Yeah, dude, I fucking Sling TV. It's got like its own little like channel grid thing, and I fucking hate it. I don't like how it's laid out. And then if you like, it'll give you like, I just go to the sports section. It's all I watch live TV anymore. I go to the sports section. I'll click on a game. But like if that game goes over the time like length, you know how it's scheduled to end at some point, but it always goes over. If you click on the game itself, it'll just fucking like freeze when it ends. Like if the game is scheduled to end at like 10 o'clock, it'll just fucking freeze at 10. It won't just keep on playing, and it pisses me the fuck off. So then I got to go in there and actually click on the channel itself and watch the channel as it's gone past. It pisses me the fuck off. Anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna try the YouTube TV thing if I can. I don't know if my TV is gonna like it, but I'm gonna try it one way or another. I'm sure there's a workaround. Anyways, whatever the fuck I was saying. Taylor Heineke, never heard of this fucking guy in my life. As a matter of fact, I know he's a 49 overall in Madden. But he went out there, man, and he fucking balled out. And the offensive line is so fucking bad. He made this play, and they needed a first down, and he was like juking and jiving. Dude, there was this one play. He like faked inside and then bounced back out like he's going to pass it and then ended up running it again. And I was like fucking mind blown because coming from like, I've watched Alex Smith play this entire season. And he basically is playing on one leg and then one part of a leg. And he just like, if he can't, he could take like maybe a half a step to the left or right. But other than that, that's about all you're getting out of Alex Smith. He'd probably be better off out there, somebody pushing him around in a wheelchair. That motherfucker can't move. So watching that shit, and I'm watching Taylor Heineke play, I'm like, holy fuck, this dude's like faking out D lineman and shit, and he took off for the first down, and I tweeted, holy fuck, like, Heineke's a fucking legend. He looked like Michael Vick out there. And then he took off, and as I tweeted that, I was so fucking far behind. I tweeted out because he just got this random first down, and like a play or two after that, dude, he does the same shit. The line collapses on him, and he's like, I mean, almost a guarantee. If it was anybody else who was going to be, if it was Alex Smith, dude, he probably would have died. He drops back, and he just like weasels his way out, and he takes it all the way to the house and gets his fucking diving touchdown in the corner of the end zone. I was like, oh, dude, I almost exploded. I couldn't believe that shit. That was a great shit. I was ready to log on to WashingtonFootballTeam.com and buy a Taylor Heineke jersey right there. I was well prepared. If they won that game, I was buying a fucking Heineke jersey right there. But they didn't win. They were close, though. They made some mistakes. As you can imagine, out of a 7-9 football team, Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the prettiest game, but they made it a ball game, and I'm really proud of them. And I think for the first time, and probably about the last time they went to the playoffs when they had Kirk Cousins and they had the offense rolling back then. For the first time in a while, I got faith. I don't know now what's going to happen to make me lose that faith, because something usually happens one way or another. Somebody's going to get a bad injury, or something. Somebody's going to punch a woman or something, and that's just going to be the end of it. But either way, it's looking good for now. So knock on wood, everybody. But yeah, throwback to that shit. I talked about it on the podcast at one time. I was walking through it. I was scrolling through the Washington football team subreddit, and somebody had reposted a post from like a year or two ago of Dwayne Haskins and Darius Geis, who Darius Geis fucking punched a woman or whatever, and then well, we know what happened to Haskins now. Now they're both gone, but that's just how it fucking goes sometimes. But anyways, it looks like it all kind of worked out. And now it's off season time. We'll see what they do in the draft and the free agency stuff. But I'm super excited for the Washington football team. Also, Oklahoma City Thunder. They actually beat the Pelicans. They played them again. Chris is a fucking Pelicans fan. I was talking some shit to him. They beat them by 1 whole point. But you want to know a great stat? The Oklahoma City Thunder right now have a better record than any team led by Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, or James Harden, all former players that they ended up trading away.
Damn.
Who would have thunk? And they're rebuilding too. They're 5-4. They have a winning record. They beat the Nets last night. They handed Kevin Durant his fucking ass. Actually, they really didn't. They were missing Kyrie Irving. He didn't play, and I don't know who else they were missing, but Durant still balled out. But I'm so excited. They're 5-4. It's so awkward because like you can't be upset at a rebuilding team now. They either lose and it's like, all right, cool, draft pick. Woo, great. Better shot. Or they win, it's like, all right, this is awesome, because they got a lot of young players. And fucking A, man. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he's their lead guy right now, youngster. Really long name. It's one of them kind of names that like ends up in like a half circle on the back of his jersey. He's a slippery motherfucker, man. He is smooth. He's like like watching him, it's like a bigger Dennis Schroeder. And I know you don't know who the fuck he is, but he ended up getting traded to the Lakers. But dude, I love watching him play. I'd like to see him get a little bit better jump shot on it. He's the only problem with him. He's got a really slow jump shot, but he's getting his like this step back 3 going, and it's kind of working every once in a while. It creates enough space. He's just got such a slow fucking jump. Anyways, he's really fun to watch. Him and Baisley's getting together. I still don't know what the fuck he did. He didn't go to college. I don't know what he did, but like he just kind of like showed up, and the Thunder took a chance on him with a draft pick, and he's doing pretty good as well as some of the other guys. That guy who looks like a pterodactyl, Pokachevsky. He's a goofy bastard, but he does something every once in a while. He's figuring it out. But yeah, they play again tonight. They play the Spurs tonight. And of course, guess who has to stream tonight, right when they fucking play. So I'll miss most of that game. But yeah, so that's how it's going in the sports world. Did you watch that Nickelodeon game? You said you did, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't like pay close attention to it, but I just wanted to see how the broadcast went, and I had it on. I thought it would honestly. I thought it was going to be really, really cringe, but I thought for what they were trying to do, they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I clicked on it for about 30 seconds because they was on crack streams and I was watching it there just to see if they happened to have the Nickelodeon broadcast. And then they did, and I watched a little bit of it, and it was a little cringy. But dude, the best part of it was just the memes, all the memes that came out of it on Twitter that day. That was a fantastic day on Twitter. The my leg they dubbed over when somebody was down. That wasn't from the actual game, but between that and just all the fucking SpongeBob memes that came out, the F-bomb was fucking. Oh my god, that was fucking hilarious. I don't know why they chose that game for the Nickelodeon game, but it ended up being a shite fucking game. I didn't even watch most of it, but yeah, I like all the why do they even do that? Do you know? It's just like fuck it. I don't know.
I guess young people. They're trying to get young people. Dude, could you imagine if NASCAR tried that? How bad it would be?
Yeah, I saw everybody was like, NASCAR should do this, and I was like, why?
Yeah, I mean NASCAR's already like
NASCAR's cringy enough as it is.
Yeah, cringy and trying to educate people constantly. I don't think they need to throw a fucking kid running up and down pit road doing it because I mean, I don't know. I don't really see the point in it. But for what the NFL was trying to do, I thought it was a decent broadcast. I like the slime for the touchdowns and stuff. I thought the on-field graphics and stuff looked pretty cool.
Yeah, the way like the NASCAR commentary like carries the broadcast now, it's like they act like the racing and just the whole aspect of it is so confusing as it is. They have to explain every little detail. So I can only imagine how like a Nickelodeon version of that would fucking go between oh geez, like who would that as long as Rick Allen doesn't commentate it, I think we'd be all right. But fucking Christ, man, that's just like let's figure out how to fucking not suck at broadcasting races first, then we can think about having Nickelodeon do one.
Yeah.
Remember that fucking SpongeBob race they did that one time? Everybody was painted up. Well, not everybody,
yeah.
but that was at Kansas, I think, that one year, and Jimmy Johnson won.
Yeah. They had that one, the SpongeBob SquarePants 300 or whatever, too, that Bush race back in the day when the movie came out.
Yeah. I forgot about that, too. I think they did a couple for the Xfinity race that weekend, the one they did at Kansas. They had some pretty fucking great cars. Some of them they just like I can't remember. I think Ty Dillon was like wrapped up as a fucking plankton car and some shit. They had just like these massive fucking character cars. Greg Biffle had the fucking Patrick Star car, I think. I don't think Jimmy Johnson got slimed, but they gave him a nice fucking stupid looking trophy. I don't remember what it looked like, but I remember it was stupid as fuck looking. Let's see if I
remember David Reagan wrecked down there into the logo too in the SpongeBob.
Yeah. Car. Oh, dude, that was perfect too.
Yeah. And then they had the Madagascar race in like 2013 or whatever. And Jimmy Johnson won at Dover.
Oh yeah.
Rainbow Afro thing.
I was there for that race. That was my first ever NASCAR race. That dude,
hell yeah.
that car looks so good in person. I remember watching that shit. I will never forget that race. Yeah, that was my first ever NASCAR race. The only race I'd ever been to before that was some dirt race at Lincoln Speedway in PA, I think. I'm gonna put a picture of this fucking. Oh my god! I didn't realize how big it was. Oh man, look at this shit! I'm gonna put a picture of this fucking trophy in the.
That before.
Yeah, it's a good out of context clip. I'm gonna put it in general. Look at this shit. I might sneak it in the thumbnail somewhere. Look how big that fucking thing is.
God Almighty! It is huge.
Oh man, that's fucking funny. I like how it. You see where it says winner? It looks like my Cessna Iron Man trophy, like it's mocking. Winner.
Yeah, you gotta. Okay, now you gotta post a picture of that somewhere so when people listen. Man, Cessna was an interesting time, and there were homemade trophies for some events, and Cozy got one that looked like it said winner.
Oh man, yeah, I had all the fucking I have it sitting over there. I can't really see it, but it says like Iron Man something or other, and all the letters aren't really lined up, and it just looks like the trophy's mocking me, really. Oh man. All right, we gotta talk about this fucking Haley Deegan thing. What'd you want to say?
Well, first of all, everybody knows what happened. I just want it to be known. Nobody realizes I finished second in that race. In the grass, sideways, and barely lost. It was a 3-wide finish.
What was the race?
Street stocks at Michigan, something I have a lot of experience with because me and you did it back in the day. I got up there, was slugging it out up there at the front. Haley wrecked me in practice. But anyway, we got up there to the front, was slugging it out. I got wrecked, got flipped back over, got my wave arounds. And me and Kevin Champagne, Justin Champagne's brother, we worked together. We were in cahoots, and we got in the last like handful of laps came from back there in the 20s all the way up there with chances to win it. Last lap there was some wrecking. I was sitting like P3, I guess, going through 3 and 4. A fake tie, went low, got blocked by Max Brady. Justin Champagne was up high, and he tried to block me, so I went down low. Max Brady blocked me, so I just went in the grass. I was like, I think I can win down here, and I came up just a little bit short. But I had the stream up and I heard Haley say it, and I was like, oh man. Like, when something's gonna be bad on Twitter, and I was like, which crowd is about to cause a big scene. It's the reason there's no drivers on Twitter active like they used to be. Remember back when drivers were active on Twitter? Now they blink wrong and fucking there's a mob angry at them, and their sponsors are getting tagged, so none of them are on social media and showing personality.
Yeah, you can't like nothing anymore.
Yeah.
Doing that shit. It's fucking gross.
But I knew immediately, just right off the bat when she said it. I was like, because I mean, I get it. Like, that's a bad word. You don't want to say it. I think it's a word that people are slowly learning how offensive it is. It's not like one of those words that's been offensive forever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say 10 years ago, man. That's a pretty common
yeah,
word.
yeah, and I think a lot of people have had to remove it from their vocabulary. But you have to know better, I think, as a public figure streaming, representing sponsors, that you can't say that. Like, what I mean, words don't really offend me, so I wasn't offended when I heard it. And I think the loudest people on Twitter weren't even the ones who were like truly offended. They just don't like Haley Deegan. Like, that's the thing. If someone else said that, it wouldn't have been near as big of a deal.
Hey, dude, it's always something, man. And then that's what I fucking hate about it, because nobody actually cares that she said it. Nobody gives a shit. Yeah. All it is like, how many likes can I get if I'm the hero with the fucking cape on? Hey guys, this is wrong. All my like I've never made a mistake in my life. I've never said anything wrong. This is how you like. It's just fucking. It's a load of horse shit. Is what it is. It's just everybody makes a shit about themselves, man. I don't get it, but I get it, but I don't get it. I just like, it is what it is. I don't know. I couldn't believe she said it in the fucking like Haley Deegan voice too. That high pitched fucking weird octave she's got.
I had the stream up, and she's got a very unique voice. So I wasn't really like, I didn't have the stream up necessarily to like stream sniper or anything. I just had it up where I was watching. I got in the race, and then I just heard that sentence, because like, certain things stick out to you, and I was like, okay, that's not gonna go well. I almost won the race, and I'm really mad I didn't now, because that race was a big deal, even though it wasn't supposed to be. And yeah, like you said, nobody really cared. She got off easy though, because she's got to go to sensitivity training, which is a whole lot of nothing. And then all the people who were pretending to be mad about it can be like, okay, good, she got some sort of consequence. So it's really a win-win. It shuts the people who are upset on Twitter up, and she still gets the race. So like, really, at the end of the day, nothing changes.
Yeah, all right, here's my question now. Like, can we joke about it now? Because I want to use that clip in a future NASCAR Heat episode. That was the first thing I thought of, because she's gonna be in the truck series. So if I put up NASCAR 2021 and she's trying to get around somebody or something like that, or something's going on behind her, can I just like drop that in there?
Well, I don't know, because you definitely don't want, you don't want the mob coming after you.
Yeah, but what if they know I'm joking?
Well, yeah, but like at the end of the day, like,
I didn't say it.
Like, I've removed that word from, like, I used to be bad, because I didn't know. Like, I didn't know.
Everybody said that word 10 years ago. Anybody, that's just like it. I don't know. It's part of the language. It's just like, and nobody ever really meant anything by it. It's just what you call a dumb friend. You know what I mean?
And I think that's where I get conflicted, because I know, like, how she meant it. And I think it's just, at the end of the day, however you perceive it. Like, I've been made aware of like how bad that word is to people. So like, that's why I don't say it. She probably hasn't been made aware, because she's out in California living her life and racing dirt bikes and all that other stuff. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Like, she's never really been in the real world. I have, and I've seen the hurt that word can cause people and their families. These people on Twitter complaining, they don't know either. They're just looking for attention, like you said. But I mean, I wouldn't feel comfortable putting that in something I was doing now, just because I know like how, I don't know if loaded's the right word. I'm sure somebody's already disagreeing with me and typing in the comments. We have a lot of smart listeners, but goddamn, we have some dumb ones too. We really do. There was one the other day that I'm not even going to give his comment attention, but he left one of the dumbest comments. I had to reply, and then his follow-up comment was dumber than the first one, which going into that, I didn't think he could top it, but somehow he found a way to top it right after that, because he was mad that we didn't care about politics.
Yeah, I mean, they're fucking stupid.
Not that we didn't care, but that we thought that it was all a big scheme, that, nobody's really out for you. Basically, what most people should come to the realization of. I just told him I like to live life and control what I can control, and apparently that's a bad thing.
What?
So fuck him. Yeah.
Why is it a bad thing? What else are you supposed to do?
Well, I don't know. Like, if I could snap my fingers.
You're supposed to walk down there in the fucking Capitol and be like, hey, Fix this shit. Like, what are you
That's
supposed to
what
do?
I'm saying. Like, if I could snap my fingers and like the world could be perfect, I'd fucking do it. I'd done it a long time ago. Because in my perfect world, I'd be a billionaire with a hot wife. So, 100%, I'd have snapped my fingers and done it and made the world perfect. But I can't. So why not just focus on what I can control? You know what I mean? Because I used to be one of those people, man. I used to be big into like politics. But at the end of the day, I don't really give a fuck anymore because I can't control it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I don't understand like why I'm supposed to stress out over something I can't control.
Sam is, dude. It's still. Yeah, I don't get it. I. I. I don't know. It just seems to get more and more stupid. I see it, like, I just see all this stupid shit happening on Twitter and just how it tears people apart. I don't want to be a part of that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I didn't see what the comments were on the. I saw you replied, and I didn't really read them because I saw it. It gets into that politic kind of shit, and that's where it's like that's why I never get into it because it's almost like it's the same thing as like starting a debate on who's the best NASCAR driver of all time. Nobody can ever come to a conclusion, and everybody ends upset. You know what I mean? It's just it's never worth it. It's never worth to dive into it unless it's like a good friend like you and I. We could talk about stuff, and you always kind of enlighten me on what the fuck's going on because I don't pay the fuck attention. I don't. Sue me. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. I got videos to make. I got streams to do. I got shit to raise, and I got fucking television to watch. All right. I live my life. I'm very happy with it. Okay. But like, I just unless there's like some local shit that I can kind of get into. Trust me, I've tried to figure out who I got to vote for to fucking make sure Antietam doesn't happen no more, so I can get away with this fucking Antietam shit, this internet service. But it's just it's never worth it, man. It never is. But especially nowadays, man, people are fucking crazy. People have been fucking sitting at home, just fucking quarantined for months, and people are just more crazy than they were a year ago. It's just
Another comment was what if, and what if's a nice guy, and I guess he thought that we were making light of the Capitol thing, which we kind of were because it was a bunch of idiots storming the Capitol. But people had died in there, and I guess
we didn't know that.
Yeah,
we just saw a bunch of people fucking standing around in the Capitol building. Like, what the fuck?
Come to find out, one lady got shot by a cop, another cop got hit in the head, and he died. And then there's a lady with a "Don't Tread on Me" flag who got trampled. There's conflicting reports. The family, this guy, I don't know if it's his family. Somebody says this guy just fell over outside the Capitol and had a heart attack. Other reports say he tasered himself trying to steal some artwork and died of a heart attack. And then some guy ran in there and had a stroke. So I don't.
Damn.
Yeah. So
well, obviously
that was the army that took over our capital, ladies and gentlemen. So you happy with $750 million in defense? If we can't hold off a group of misfits storming the Capitol, I don't know. That's why I choose not to care. This Instagram stuff that's come out, apparently Instagram's tracking you through your camera like every other fucking app now, and people are freaked out about it. At the end of the day, like, you can come to terms with it two ways. You can buy like a little shack and live in the woods and have no outside connection to anybody, which is looking more and more appealing every day. Or you could just kind of accept the fact that you're being watched, listened to, poisoned, and everything else every day that you live. And I just choose to live my life and control what I can control and play video games while I do it. So I don't know. If that makes me a bad guy, I guess I'm a bad guy.
I never understood the whole like tracking and all this like apps and all that stuff. Like, who gives a shit? What are they gonna do to you? They don't give a shit about you, do they? I mean,
you never know. But yeah, there's 300 million people in this world,
unless you're up to something no good.
300 million people in this country, 7 billion or whatever in the world, and I don't know if I'm that interesting that they're gonna focus on me. You know what I mean? Maybe I've said something at some point that gets me a little bit more attention, but I don't think that they're going to be focusing in on me sitting in here playing Rainbow Six and yelling at fake race cars.
Yeah, no, I don't want to turn this into a whole fucking political thing, but I don't know. I think it's the whole fight, dude. I just took a step back the other day just to really kind of like think about what the fuck's going on, and like it was when Donald Trump got banned from Twitter. I was like, the United States president got banned from Twitter. Has anybody like said that out loud? That's fucking nuts.
That's scary. That's scary is what it is. Because
I don't care what it is. It's fucking funny. That's fucking crazy. Like, what? Could you imagine, like, 200 years ago telling, like, somebody back then, like, hey, we got this fucking Twitter app thing that our president's going to get banned from? That's fucking crazy.
It's kind of scary, though, when you think about it, because, and I'm sure right now somebody's just probably already broke their keyboard in half type in this comment.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Social media, like, I get it. Like, they have their terms of service and all that. But at a certain point, when are we going to acknowledge it that social media isn't just a luxury anymore? Like, everybody's on it. You know what I mean? Everybody's consuming it. Everybody's here. Everybody's there. And they are literally collectively silencing people all at once. Like, fucking Spotify banned Trump. Google's pulled stuff off their things.
Does Trump got a podcast on there or what?
No, like, that's the thing. Like, Parler's been pulled off the App Store and Google Play and Amazon, and all these things are banning Trump at once. And not just Trump, other conservative people. And whether you agree with them or not, censorship's like, it's a scary, 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 scary thing. Like, really scary to me.
That's fair.
I don't like that at all. Like, that's one of the things I try not to think about, because it's really scary to think about that. Like, an entire group or entire ideology or whatever is just being completely silenced altogether. Like, on the news, on social media, like, they're not going to have a platform in any way. And that's how people end up getting brainwashed, really, when you think about it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm sure somebody's gonna be upset with me saying that, but, like, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, that is scary. And if you don't think it's scary, I don't know what to tell you, but that is really fucking scary to me. And I don't even like Trump. I really don't. Like, I really don't care for Trump. I wouldn't, if I was registered to vote, I probably wouldn't have voted for him. But that's just scary to me. It's really scary.
Yeah, I can understand that. But yeah, again, I didn't really want to go down this road, but the whole Capitol thing, we were watching that shit, and it was just like, what the fuck, man? People just hanging around the Capitol.
Yeah,
it's just, dude, it's fucking nuts. That's all it is. Again, I don't get into all this shit, so I don't really know what, you know.
Before we get into the mailbag, though, like, I saw an interesting thing the other day. That's what really opened my eyes was, Amazon Web Services, I don't remember. If somebody calls me on it, I could post it was from the Washington Post. There was like $600 million or something between the CIA and Amazon for something, which is really scary that they're involved with it, because then it becomes more than just a private thing. But anyway, I'm not going to go all Alex Jones on everybody. It's really scary to me. And that's why I just stay with it, because I can't control it. I can't fix it. I can stay here. I can eat at Waffle House. I can pet my pig. I can go fishing. I can't control what happens in DC.
Hope for the best.
Yeah, I could just sit here and hope for the best.
That's all really all it comes down to, man. No matter what you agree with, you know, let's all be friends.
Yeah.
So that's the least we can do as fucking people, you know? Let's take care of one another. That's the biggest thing, man. It always comes down to that, man. Just see how crazy people are, man. Everybody's got a lot
of nut jobs out there, man.
Yeah, everybody's got to do better, man. Take care of one another, man. You know, no matter, that's what kills me is when people try to go after people for liking stuff on Twitter, you know, and they don't even know them. And I get it, like, some of the stuff, yeah, okay, yeah, it's kind of weird they like this, but it's like, is that, like, really? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. All that shit, I don't like it. I don't like it. I just wish we'd all be cool with one another, no matter, you know, what we like, I guess, you know? It is.
I agree.
Yeah, man. I hate when we take these political turns. Guys sit here, and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's just kind of an outsider perspective. But
I really don't either, because I don't have the answers. But it's just like,
this is wild,
man. Yeah, I know what's happening isn't good, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I know what's happening's not good. Do I know how to fix it? Hell no. But I know what's happening ain't good. So I don't know. I guess all I could do is sit here and be scared. But at the end of the day, I also have to remind myself. I forget who it was. Somebody on Joe Rogan's podcast summed it up best. They said that there was some. They said there's some poor fool out there sitting by a waterfall with no phone, and he has no idea how scared he's supposed to be right now. And at the end of the day, like that really opened my mind. Like I love to just not look at my phone, go fishing, go outside, go enjoy my day, and not look at social media, not look at the news, and look around. And it's like, okay, things really aren't that bad. You know, I could be living over in Africa somewhere in a hut and wondering where my next cup of water is going to come from. You know what I mean? Like we still got it pretty good over here.
Yeah, it could be worse. It could definitely be worse. We might be getting there, but as it stands right now.
Well, I mean, we'll never be living in huts.
I fucking hope not.
I don't think things will go that bad. Things could get really bad, but I don't think they'll go that bad. But like at the end of the day, we're still. If you have what's the statistic? If you have like $10, you're richer than a lot of the world or something. I forget what the actual number is, but we have to realize how lucky we are to live over here. So, with that being said, we've got a meaty mailbag this week. Really meaty. So everybody's not going to get answered.
We could bring in a part 2 next week if we need to. It's usually what we do. It just kind of carries over. So it's never really too late. I actually just responded to somebody on Twitter. Is it too late? It's never really too late. You can send in your mailbag questions at any time. We'll get if it's. We get some stupid questions that we just kind of ignore here and there, but it's we'll probably end up get to eventually though. So
any teacher that told you there's no such thing as a stupid question was a liar. Because hey, if you still got an email for them, send it over because I'll CC them in some of the questions we get. They'll be taking that little poster down out of their classroom after they read some of the shit we get.
Oh man!
All right. Y'all know the drill. askmoonhead@gmail.com. First question comes from Nick. He says, "Hi, guys. What was the funniest thing that you have at a racetrack?" I think he means have seen. And Travis, when is Spanky the Pig going to start his racing career? Thank you guys for getting me through some tough times. Nick. Spanky, I don't think he'll be able to race with hooves. I think it'd be hard for him to grip the wheel.
Yeah.
But if we can figure it out, if he can get them hooves around the wheel somehow, I'll let him wheel something if he can. I know he's smart enough. He can do anything he puts his little pig mind to. But for the racetrack, probably somebody busting their ass.
I got one. I don't think I've told this story. It's a really brief story, but it's kind of again one of those you had to be there moments. But the first ever Indy 500 I went to was 2013, and I went with my buddy Brody and his dad, and we were walking out of the track. It was after the race, so Tony Kanaan had won. It was really cool. A lot of people were happy. There is some two guys got in a fight, and they were just brawling for some reason. I guess they were both pretty hammered. You know, I don't know why, but I don't know. Maybe the guy was like, "Hey, you want to fight?" And they started fighting. Either way, they ended up fighting. This dude got his ass beat, and we were walking by kind of after it already happened, and this guy was getting arrested. And Brody's dad looks back. He's like. He said, "Man, that's a tough day right there. You get your ass kicked and you're going to jail." Yeah. Oh man, I thought that was funny. I don't know why the fuck they were fighting outside the track, but some dude got their ass beat after the 2013 Indy 500. Poor guy.
Next question comes from Daniel Curtis. Have you guys witnessed any public freakouts? I don't think I have, aside from like people going in fast food places because their order was wrong or canceling the order because it took too long.
What was that one lady? She had a problem when we went to Steak and Shake that one time. We talked about it on the podcast. That wasn't a freak out, but she had an unnecessary problem.
Yeah, she was pissed because there were two like people in like the waiting spots for food to be made fresh or whatever, and the person who got there behind them had less food or something, and they got their food first, and she had like a car full of kids. It's like, no shit.
Oh.
The one guy sitting there just wanted his burger is probably going to get his stuff before your kids eating everything they've got. Because, I mean, it was like a big order.
I got one. All right. So first off, I don't go out in the public a whole lot because, I work from home and, it's just I'm a loser. So, but this one time, especially these days with the fucking COVID shit, I just stay the fuck home. I went to Taco Bell one day. I drove there. Actually, as a matter of fact, it was last year. It was before the Martinsville night race. That was when it was. I went there, and I went a little bit too late because I missed the start of the race. But I was sitting in line, and for whatever reason, I guess it was Saturday night, so it was backed up a good bit, and I wanted to get my Taco Bell before the race started. Anyways, I pulled up there. It was a long fucking line, and I was really big sad that day too because we weren't in Martinsville for the first fucking night race. That fucking sucked. Although it was a shite race anyway, so it was okay. But yeah, so I was sitting there in the line, and it was a long line. So I was already back there at the front door at the Taco Bell. I wasn't even close to the fucking thing, and I noticed there was some fast motions out of the right side of my vehicle. And I looked over to my right, and there was this car parked like right next to me, over there in the lot. And there was this gentleman who was holding on to the outside of this door. The door was open, and there was this woman inside the vehicle. And I don't know what had happened, but I just figured they were in a relationship and they weren't happy at the moment. So there was a door that was swinging a lot, and I was just kind of sitting there watching out of the corner of my eye. And anyways, this. The one lady who was sitting in there didn't want to open the door. The door was open anyways, and I was really afraid I was about to have to step in. Some lady was gonna get their ass beat, and I didn't want to be in the middle of that, but I'd have to if if it started. But anyways, I don't know what the argument was. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I don't know why you guys drive to Taco Bell just to fight. Anyways, they started fighting. They didn't like physically fight, but they were like, I don't know, they were just pissed. I don't know what the fuck happened. Anyways, I was trying to get my Taco Bell. This dude walks in front of my truck. He goes into the Taco Bell. I was like, okay, well, it looks like the deed is done. They maybe they were fighting over the order. I don't know. Either way, it looked like it was all said and done. So I pull up a couple more spots. It's a long day at Taco Bell. It's going pretty slow. I'm like probably 2 cars away from, getting my order in there. And here comes this guy out with, big bag of Taco Bell, Baja Blast in his hand. I'm excited for him. Looks like he's going to have a good dinner. And I look out of the back of my truck now, and here's this lady in the car, and she's putting in reverse, Terry. She's putting it in reverse. No. And she takes off, and I'm like, and I'm watching the guy with the Taco Bell, and I was like, does she know he's not in the vehicle? And I was like, wait a second, they were just fighting a minute ago. Hold up. So she pulls around, she goes out to exit, and she goes down the road, and then takes a left, and this poor guy just watches her. And I'm like, no. And I'm sitting there, and then it's about time for my order as I'm watching this. And this poor guy just takes off down the sidewalk with this Taco Bell in his hand, and I guess he had to walk the fuck home. Damn. And by the time I got done, I got my Taco Bell, and I was pulling out. I could see him way down the street on the fucking corner, ready to go to the next, street over. I felt so bad for the guy. I don't know what the fuck they were fighting about. I didn't hear a single word out of it. I had my the Martinsville night race that had already started at that point, so I was listening to it on my phone. And through the speakers in there, I didn't hear what the fuck they were saying, but this poor guy had to walk home with his Taco Bell. I felt so bad.
I saw a guy. Well, it was a guy and a girl in a car in front of me in like a residential area, and she was slapping the hell out of that guy. I mean, she was like, I don't know what he said or who he was texting, but she was beating his ass while he was driving. That poor bastard was over on the wrong side of the road at times. Oh. He hit a curb or two. It was crazy. Like, and then like, I was like, do I call the police? Like obviously if it was the other way around, and I guess this is kind of fucked up of me, but like if it was a guy beating a woman, like I 100% would have probably tried to intervene and call the police. But like, I could tell she wasn't doing a whole lot of damage because he didn't like wreck. And eventually though, she just like, by the time we got to a stop sign, she just sat back down and everything was fine. And like, they were fine. Like I was behind them for a little ways out into the city and everything was fine. Like, I guess she just got it out of her system. But yeah, she was slapping the hell out of that dude. And I mean, obviously it probably looked worse because all I was seeing was the silhouette, and then the car swerving around or whatever. But
had to get a couple licks in, and you feel a lot better after that.
I saw a DOT worker, 2 DOT workers get into it in the middle of I-75 one time. Oh, that was pretty funny. It was so like we were coming. I was riding in the back seat with my whole family, and we could see these DOT workers, and they were standing, like that wire guardrail thing in the middle of interstates sometimes?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
They were standing on each side of it, and the way they were standing, it looked like they were angry. And right as we got like even with them, one of them on the northbound lane side, reached over there
Mm.
and dotted that other one's eye for him, and
Ooh.
his hard hat flew off. He hit him so hard, and
Ooh.
then the other one stepped in and pulled him apart. Like it was a one and done. But like it wasn't like I wouldn't say the other guy lost. He just got punched in the face, and then they broke it up. But it was pretty funny. That was like the first time I'd ever seen somebody get punched in the face in person. Or at least another, like two adults. I had seen fights in school, obviously.
Yeah.
Then I saw an engagement go wrong. I didn't see it. I saw the aftermath. These two kids in my high school senior year got engaged. Ooh. And something happened during one of our classes, and in the middle of we were at the college and career academy, and outside everybody was hanging out, and apparently he had done something, said something, or texted the wrong chick, and she came over there and threw the ring at him and cussed him out and left, which is not good. They still, I think, ended up getting re-engaged, but they never got married because I think he's in jail now and she's off with some other dude. But
damn.
Yeah, it was one of those things, like everything went exactly like you would have thought it went. Next question comes from Alex Kowalski. There we go. Long-time listener, first-time asker. I have a quick question for both Travis and Cozy. What is your favorite type of music? Mine has to be rap. And to follow up, what are your favorite artists from that genre? Mine has to be Lil TJ and the Kid Laroi. So I like answering music questions. This is one of the questions that I don't feel like gets old because I like answering it because I listen to new stuff all the time, and I feel like you do too. Mm-hmm. So who you listening to right now?
That's the thing. I don't really listen to anybody specific. Like, I'm more of like I'll find a song that I just like and I'll listen to that, I guess. I know that doesn't really make any sense. I more or less go off of just like songs, I guess, that I like. Cause like I'll listen to somebody specific and then they'll have a song I don't really care for and I just, whatever. I'm just here for the songs that I like, if that makes sense. So with that, I mean, I'm not really listening to anything specific. I don't have anything really new. I'm still listening to some funk. My buddy Brody actually just listened sent me some funk. What the hell did he send me? He sent me Get the Funk Out My Face by the Brothers Johnson. I had never heard of it before.
Oh man.
But it's it's pretty good. So I'm like, I listen to music like I eat food, man. I'm not picky whatsoever. I listen to anything. So most of it I'll like, some of it not so much, but I'm just kind of all over the place. I'll listen to some rap, I'll listen to some funk, some 80s music. So I don't really give a shit, man.
Have you listened to the Davey download yet from Davey Davis? He's got a lot of funk on his Spotify playlist.
I do have one of his. He said he had like 5 of them. He said he sent them to me, but he never did. I only got this one.
Oh man. Well, he had the Davey download. It's pretty good. There's this one song. I forget who it's by, but it goes, shit, goddamn, get off your ass and jam. And it's like the greatest song. I don't know what it's called or who it's by. I think it's called Get Off Your Ass and Jam. And I don't know who it's by.
It sounds familiar.
But yeah, man, between you and Davey, man, I like me some funk.
Funk's the shit, really man. It just like, it always just makes you feel good, man. It just, it just makes you want to do some jumping jacks or something, dance around, it just fucking love me some funk, man.
I don't know. Mine's pretty much the same right now. I'm still listening to country and I'm still listening to rap. I've started watching T Grizzly on Twitch, and I've been a fan of his music for a while, but I've been listening to a lot of him since I've been watching him on Twitch. He does Grand Theft Auto roleplay, which, Cozy, I've got to get you on there with me. I have never laughed so hard. Me and a couple of the Windshield Deep guys, we played last night, and we were crackheads.
Oh man.
And we bought some crack, and then I was like, let's go offer these cops some crack. So we offered these cops some crack and took them back to the house, and they acted like they were cool with us, and then the undercovers came in, and I went to prison. But then there's like sting operations on this shit.
The undercovers came in? I think you did it the opposite way. You're supposed to bring in the undercovers, and then you get taken down by the real guys. You took the real guys in, and then
yeah, that was the thing. That was what was crazy. Was we brought these real cops in there because we were like, hey, let's offer these cops some crack. And
now there's an idea. That sounds like an idea of a fucking crackhead.
Yeah, and that's what we were doing. We're role playing crackheads. Well, then the unmarked cars and these guys who aren't really dressed up like cops come in anyway. We went to prison together. But
well, at least you
later
guys
after they got off, I stayed on. And I was like, I'm gonna do some like illegal gun sales and stuff. And like the server I'm in right now, it's not a money-based server, so like you're really not doing any sort of transactions like some of these other servers, but it's still really fun. And so like they have Twitter where you can post stuff publicly in the server, and then there's like a VPN thing which everybody can see, but it's on the VPN, so it's supposed to be like off the grid. But sometimes you encounter undercover people there. And that's what I did. So I sold this undercover cop some weapons or whatever, and a gang task force took me down. Like they have whole like units and shit. Yeah, it was pretty damn cool. I was like, why the hell is gang task force after me? Because I had come down from like the sandy shores into the city because it was a statewide gameplay thing. And so they took me to the big boy jail or whatever. And I got like 500 months in prison or something. It was crazy.
Oh, man.
Which comes out to be like 10 minutes. But yeah, it's really fun, man. It's really, you encounter some of the funniest people ever. There's bank robbers, there's delivery drivers, there's firefighters, there's EMS. You can go to the hospital, there's cops, there's
cool
gangs.
I definitely want to do that. I want to do that. Next time you're doing it, let me know. I'm hopping on. Unless I can't, then I'll hop on next time. But yeah, I want to do that shit so bad. It sounds like a lot of fun.
It's awesome. It is really, really awesome. I had Harry on there the other night. And he couldn't figure it. So we rolled up with these guys, and this guy called me something. And I got out, and I was like, all right, well, let's fight. And I wasn't going to shoot him. And I started winning the fight, and his buddy hopped out and shot me. And then Harry got out and couldn't figure out how to shoot the guy, so he was just running in circles. So he got fucking shot too. It was so funny, man. It's so much fun. I'm gonna start streaming it once I like figure everything out and get everything running smoothly, because I think that'd be something really fun to stream.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
But yeah, sorry about that. T Grizzly though on the music, still pretty much the same country stuff. I haven't really changed a whole lot. I'm trying to think. I really do not like Morgan Wallen, but he's got a song on his new album called Country Ass Shit, and I actually like it because I usually don't like this new country stuff. But I came across that Country Ass Shit song, and I like it because, well, he says country ass shit in it. I like country ass shit.
Country ass shit.
Yeah, country ass shit. Like I want to do country ass shit, not country ass shit. Like
I gotta take a country ass shit.
Yeah. Yeah, just doing country ass shit. And then Ryan Upchurch. He's like a country rapper singer dude.
Is he related to Ryan Downchurch?
No. Completely different family.
Oh, okay.
Jake Husband writes, "Hello, Travis and Cozy. The past weekend was my birthday.
Oh.
Happy birthday. I played in a regional championship football game and broke my hand on my birthday. That being said, what are your favorite birthday memories? What's yours?"
I don't know if I mean, dude, I haven't done anything on my birthday in forever. I can't remember the last thing I actually did, like the last time I did something on my birthday. My birthday is a week before Christmas, and it's always like during the winter, so it's either like really cold or snowy or something. So like nobody ever really gives a shit, and I just kind of sit there and stare at my TV all day long. And that's about it. So, I remember once I think it was like my 6th grade birthday party. I ate a lot of pizza and Kool-Aid or whatever, and I got really sick the day after.
Yeah, man, this year for my 21st birthday, I wanted to like go somewhere, like me and my family load up and go somewhere. And obviously that couldn't happen because I guess it could have happened, but like I didn't want to waste my trip on something that was like limited capacity or not everything was open. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I just chilled at home. But honestly, this year was one of the best birthdays I had in a while because I got partnered on Twitch. My mom gave me a cookie cake, a big old cookie cake. I love cookie cake. And I don't know, it was just a good day. Had a lot of people on Twitter and stuff wishing me happy birthday and all that stuff. So I don't know, this year, or well, not this year, but birthday in December was probably the best one I've had in a while. Because usually I just go out to eat with my family, go get like a steak or something and enjoy that. Last year I got a big ass, I forget what it's called. It's that Longhorn. It's like this big tomahawk ribeye. It's giant. I ate every bit of that thing. It was great.
Yeah, that's one of the few things I usually do. My mom, my grandma, they'll take me out for IHOP. We'll get some breakfast. I couldn't even do that shit this year, so I just fucking sat at home. I thought my ass. I actually slept through most of my birthday this year. It's fucking terrible. I remember once, I think I was in like the 7th grade. One of my rich friends' grandfathers had a limo, and they hooked it up, and they gave me a limo ride home. Once
Oh,
from
hell
school.
yeah.
It was because he was my neighbor at the time. So he just dropped me off there. It was pretty fun. One and only time I ever rode in a limo. I don't know why his grandfather had a limo, but it was pretty cool.
I've rode in one 3 times. Our school had this penny drop thing, and whichever team or whichever class raised the most money got a limo ride up to a pizza place. In my class, I got lucky. My class won all 3 years, so I got a limo ride up to eat some pizza, which was pretty damn cool.
That is cool.
Next question comes from Ross Corlett. Hey guys, as always, great podcast every single week. Excited Rod Car is back. Looking forward to being back this weekend, hopefully. This goes for really both of y'all. What is y'all's all-time favorite moment on iRacing?
Oh man. I don't know if I have an all-time favorite, especially not of late. I'm in a slump. I ain't gonna lie. I need to get.
You won on Friday.
Yeah, but like, what's that worth? You know what I mean?
I get it.
I don't know, man. All the cool shit I did back when I really raced a lot, when I won a lot. Looking back at it, it's like, I don't know if any of it was worth a whole lot. I really wish I would have won one of those Road to Pro races so I could have say that. But for like quality wins, I don't know if I have really anything. But
I mean, wins, just winning something, I guess, was good for me. I've never been too good at it. Try to think. I mean, honestly, I don't have like a specific moment, but just watching Mooncar grow over the past year has been cool for me. Seeing iRacing acknowledge Miata Mondays, that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's all time, but who would have thought a year ago that iRacing would be posting me yelling and cussing at Miatas racing around Michigan? Who would have thought?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's pretty cool. But as far as like on the track, I've never really won anything cool. So I won that big money race at Dega that time, won $500. That was pretty neat.
See?
That was back in the days of tandeming too. So like, I don't know. I felt like that one was like, it wasn't like a bunch of people wrecked and I missed it on the last lap or something. Me and a couple of guys, we ran a perfect race and were able to pull out ahead of the pack. And there was just 4 of us out there settling it. So that was pretty cool. I don't know. Maybe if I can make the podium 500, if I can do that, that'll be pretty cool. Cause that's a pretty big race. Like there's a lot of people entered in that. There's a lot of good people entered in that. And I think just making that race is a big deal. So if I can make that, that'll be pretty cool. I'll feel like I'm actually a decent plate racer at least, which I guess doesn't count for much in a lot of people's books. But if we can get in that, which did you say it starts Friday?
Yeah, I think qualifying's on Friday or something like that. I'm not really sure. I'll have to look. But yeah.
All right. Well, skipping ahead in the mailbag, because I know you got a race core here in like 30 minutes, don't you?
Yeah, I didn't want to practice anyways. It's all right.
Scroll up here. We actually kind of got off topic earlier, but Michael Cardopoli wants to know Haley Deegan's future in NASCAR and how long we think it'll take for her to be at Hendrick. I don't think this will affect her future. I mean, people have said worse, I feel like, than her and come out just fine. Sensitivity training was just something to shut up all the people who were pretending to be mad on Twitter. So I think her future's fine. I think she'll end up moving up the Ford thing. And honestly, I think we'll see her in Cup one day. I don't know that she'll be winning, but I think we'll see her in Cup. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, same. I mean, she'll be around for a while, just kind of there. Who knows where she'll end up down the road, but I mean, she'll be in a Cup one way or another. So, I mean, is what it is. I don't know.
Dominic Hoffman writes, "Sup guys, question for both. If you were able to choose an era during which to be a NASCAR stock car driver, which one would it be and why? Talking decades, pre-chase, post-chase, etc. And if you have time for it and it hasn't already been asked, have you been to to holiday outside the U.S. once? If so, where and how did you like it? If no, is there a particular place / country you'd like to visit? Love the show you guys are putting on. Keep up the great content. Dom. I've never left the country, but I'd like to either go to Japan or Australia or Dubai. Probably Dubai's probably above Australia. I think Tokyo's probably number one for me, though. I'd like to go see Tokyo. I'd stick out like a sore thumb over there, though.
Well, no shit. I've never I haven't been outside the country either, and I'm really upset I haven't. I really want to. I want to go all over the place, man. And really the biggest reason is I like food, so I want to try food from other places, and I want to see some shit too. I want to see some mountains and some stuff. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not picky, man. I want to go anywhere. Japan sounds cool as shit. I mean, Australia would be really cool. I'd like to see Canada. I'm sure Canada's pretty cool here and there.
Isn't it just diet America though? Like, really, at the end of the day, don't they just have like higher speed limits?
Yeah,
like every picture I've seen of Canada, which I'd love to live over there in like middle of nowhere Canada. I think it'd be cool. But like Canada just seems like you wouldn't even know you were in Canada. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well,
like,
I don't know. We haven't been there. Let's find out.
Well, I know, but every picture I see of it, like literally, like aside from road signs, it looks like just like America. Like I wouldn't waste my trip. Like I don't know if I'd call it wasting a trip because it probably wouldn't be that expensive to go to Canada as opposed to some of these other countries. But I don't know. Like if I had an option to go to any country, I don't think I'd choose Canada. Just like I don't know that I'd really expect a Canadian to choose America. You know what I mean? Like there's
well,
not
I
really...
would certainly not expect them to choose America, considering how things are going. But I'll
well, yeah,
take
right
my
now.
option and I'll fuck myself with it.
Okay. And then, sorry, first question was an era to become a NASCAR driver. Whenever they made the most money, so probably 2010s, 2000 to 2014 ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah, nothing
Make a
past
good bit of money.
nothing past 2014.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, man, it'd be pretty cool to hustle with them fucking cars from like the late 80s, early 90s stock cars. Oh man, the competition you'd be up against. Although you run the risk of really hurting yourself in one of those fucking things. But yeah, I'd probably choose past like, I don't know, like 2003, 2004, somewhere around in there. Like start there and like peace out around 2014. Have a nice little like 10-year career, and then that's it for me. I feel like that'd be pretty fun.
Sorry, I lost my spot here in the mailbag. Nick wants to know how soon into the season does Kyle Larson prove to sponsors that his talent is still there and he's worth sponsorship? I don't think it's necessarily when he proves it. I think it's when one sponsor decides, all right, we'll be the one to do it, and then everybody else will pile on. Because I think at this point it's just a kind of a statement thing. I don't think anybody's denying that he doesn't have the talent, or anybody's saying he doesn't have the talent to have sponsors. I mean, what do you think?
So he doesn't have like a single one at all, like right now?
I mean, I thought he had like Valvoline and then Hendrick cars, which I guess Hendrick cars is just Rick Hendrick, but still, like, I don't know. I mean, I think people will move past it. I mean, a lot of people have moved past what happened. I think he's done everything. And once he starts winning races, man, like,
as soon as the Daytona 500 is over, nobody will remember. Everything will be business as usual, because the Daytona 500 always starts off, hey, here's all the new faces and all the new rides. The race happens, somebody's a Daytona 500 champion, and then literally everything else doesn't matter. It's just the season goes on from there. So
yeah. I mean, look at M&M's. They've put up with Kyle Busch's shit, and I'm not saying he's done what Kyle Larson did. Kyle Larson really fucked up. But once you start winning races, the sponsors will come. And I think that all these sponsors already have their eyes on him. Like, okay, he's going to win races. We just got to make sure the timing's right and whatever. They don't want to be the first in line to sponsor him. You know what I mean? When there's other drivers they could go sponsor.
Yeah.
Especially with Hendrick's lineup. If they're going to sponsor a Hendrick car, they got the fucking defending champion over there.
He don't need anybody to sponsor him anyways. I want to see him go out there in just a plain car and just win a race.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like,
that would be cool.
I think he could do it. All right, last question. Killercraft writes, if you could travel back in time to be at any race in any sport, what race would you choose? 2001 Pepsi 400 for me. I'd like to see Junior win that race.
Yeah, that'd probably be the one for me, just because of how crazy the atmosphere looked. Could you imagine being there? I mean, it's fucking nuts. However, one popped into my mind. I'd like to travel back to the first Indy 500 just to see what that shit was like,
Oh God.
and how different it was. I just love to see how different it is compared to, like, obviously it's crazy. You know, it would be crazy, but I don't know. I think it'd be cool to. Could you imagine that going like what we have now all the way back? What the race took like 6 hours or some shit at least, probably more than that. Maybe I don't even know, but you'd be there for a while. But I don't know. I just think it'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, somebody put on Twitter the other day like I don't know what the word is because I'm an idiot, but basically they had taken some old film or whatever and like colorized something from like the early 50s at Indy.
Hmm.
And it was these guys sitting in there, and I mean, they're just completely exposed. Like the only thing you can't see is their legs down at the thing. And
Yeah.
like, I'm just waiting. It looked like they had bicycle wheels on there.
Yeah. It's fucking nuts, man.
Hauling ass too. I mean, absolutely hauling ass. One thing breaks and
Oh,
it's
dude.
amazing. Like I know a lot of people died back then, but it's like the number of people who survived. That's the number that's really amazing if you think about it, because
Yeah.
everybody should have died.
Well, I want to end on this note because we got to get this. I got to get this shit rolling because I got a fucking race here in a minute. But yeah. So I on the Maryland subreddit I saw this thing. I had no idea about it. But Maryland had this big board track back in the 20s, which I didn't even really know what board track racing was. Obviously, I could see it was built by fucking wood, but I didn't really know like the history behind it. I read a bit into it, or I watched a YouTube video into it, and I didn't realize how batshit crazy that was. Just these like 40-degree banked wooden tracks that shot splinters across the fucking track, and people would wipe the fuck out and just die. There was like one accident that was, I don't even want to say, it was pretty fucking gnarly. It was like these motherfuckers raced motorcycles around there, and then they ended up racing some four-wheeled cars. Obviously, the board track shit didn't make it very far, as a lot of people fucking died, spectators included. But this is kind of how it was in the back in the day. People just didn't give a shit, and it's crazy how like batshit crazy people were back then. Like nobody just took a step back. I guess it's fair though. You know, getting like early on into racing and building racetracks, I guess you don't really know any better. But that's just kind of how it goes. You do it after a while, and you adapt and overcome. But it's just like looking at something like, because people were sending me fucking pictures and stuff from other board tracks and other kind of stuff similar to it. This is fucking nuts, man. Especially this one. This one was in Maryland, Laurel, Maryland, and it was like 45-degree banking, just this big ass wood track. It was it's just fucking nuts to look at. The stones it probably took to drive something around there is just fucking insane. I don't know whose bright idea it was to build a track out of wood. Probably sounded really good on paper, and then they built it and did a couple races, and like, this isn't a very good idea. But it's just fucking nuts. If you ever want to go down that rabbit hole, it's quite interesting. And there's some gnarly fucking stories about how some races ended in that era. But we got to wrap this shit up, and we can take whatever we're going to talk about, take it on to the next podcast. This is a really good one. We just crammed it into this fucking window, and it went even more than I thought it would. So. Any final words?
No.
All right, cool. Anyways, it's about 7:43. This fucking core thing. I got to start streaming here in about 17 minutes. I haven't run a single practice lap yet. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's podcast. And hopefully we'll be back next week. It's a really exciting time, man. A lot of shit's starting off, man. The racing season's really starting to kick back. Going. Chili Bowl started. I watched a little bit of that last night with some of the heats and stuff they were doing. So we'll probably talk about that next time around, and all the other stuff. Daytona 24 coming up. Do you have anything important this week coming up?
No, just trying to get back on a streaming schedule. I took like 4 days off, so we'll host some stuff and figure everything out with the podium stuff this weekend I didn't know about.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. All right. Once again, thanks everybody for listening. Appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all next time.